We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All right, well, that's supposed to be the sunrise back there, but the sun is awful lazy today. I don't know what it is, some fluke of the weather. Maybe there'll be some color by the time I'm done. 4 minutes from now. Okay, first shout out to Bonnie Lassard. Bonnie pointed out to me on Sunday that I was one day behind her in her daily readings of the one year Bible, and I chalked it up to leap year. But then I went back and checked today, Bonnie, and sure enough, it's not leap year. Somehow I got out of sync and was doing my Devos one day behind. Thank you very much. You are most attentive. So today's Devo is based on the readings for December 25th, which in the Old Testament is Zechariah chapter 9. In the New Testament, it's Revelation chapter 15. In Zechariah chapter 9, we have what's called a messianic prophecy. That is a prophecy about the Messiah, where Zechariah says, "Behold your king, he's righteous and victorious, but he's a humble king. He's coming to you riding on a donkey's colt." You remember that in Matthew, where Jesus comes as his grand entrance there to Jerusalem, riding on a donkey. He's not coming on a war horse, snorting war horse, but on a meek and mild and a humble little donkey. Well, that just illustrates the humility of God. That's not a characteristic or attribute of God that we often think about. We think of God as omnipotent, all powerful, omniscient, having all knowledge, omnipresent. He is everywhere. We think of the sovereignty of God, which speaks of his control. We know that God demands to be worshiped, and rightly so. That is his just due. But he is also a humble God, which is demonstrated most clearly in Jesus of Nazareth, who is fully God and yet very humble. Humbled himself to come into Jerusalem on a donkey, and even more than that, he humbled himself by being born as a baby in a feeding trough, a manger, or some cave in Bethlehem. Wow, what a humble God we serve. Now listen, you who have trouble, I know you have some trouble. You got some trouble with your body, I know that. Just got some trouble with some finances. We got trouble with our relationships. We got maybe people making it hard on us to be Christians. There's all kinds of different ways to have trouble. And in Zechariah chapter 9, God promises, look, for every trouble you have, I'm going to give you two blessings. Two blessings for every trouble. Reminds me of that Beach Boy song. Two girls for every boy. Right, two blessings for every trouble. Look, this life, we don't get all the blessings in this life. We got a heaping helping of spiritual blessings, but the trouble is front loaded in this life when we just want to make it through and endure and be faithful to God and persevere in the midst of difficulty and persecution and suffering. And when we get to the other end, all the blessings, most of them are back on the back end in the next world. So hang in there, be strong and courageous. In Revelation chapter 15, this humble God is declared to be King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Now, if you're not thinking of the crescendo, the culmination, the finale, the grand finale of Handel's Messiah, I'm thinking, why not? King of Kings forever and ever, and Lord of Lords forever and ever, and he shall reign forever and ever. Handel's Messiah, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. That's our God. That's whom we serve. Merry Christmas, I say to you. Merry Christmas. I want you to wish me a Merry Christmas. I need it. Put it in the comments. Wish me a Merry Christmas. Wish me a Merry Christmas. Wish me a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yes, I'm needy like that. Like, subscribe, and share. God loves you, my Christmas friends. And so do I. Look at that. Still no sun. Come on, you lazy bones.